As Baltimore erupted into chaos on Monday, one mother jumped into action to protect her son and stopped him from being involved.
You want to be paid? Check up. You want to be out here doing get over here now. Did you hear what I said?
Toya Graham spotted her 16-year-old son in a crowd of teenagers vandalizing and throwing things at police. A camera was rolling as she confronted him, yelling and striking him several times.
This video has quickly gone viral, and Toya is speaking exclusively to CBS News about her tough love. And she joins us now. Toya, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. I have to ask you, what was going through your mind when you saw Michael throwing rocks at the police?
I was in a shock because I was in a shock. I was hurt. And I was like, "What? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what this could lead to? You could be another Freddie Gray." So I was real upset.
You know, when I heard you say that, you've said that now a couple of times, that he could be another Freddie Gray. Does he understand what that really means? I mean, I don't want to make this about me. I grew up with a single mom for the first couple of years of my life, and she was just like that. And I appreciate it because of where I've come. Does he understand the dangers that are facing him out there on the streets?
I'm not sure if he understands. Right now, I think he's still just being a teenage boy. I hope he understands. He sees death on a daily basis. A lot of his friends have passed away from gunshot wounds and stuff like that, so he knows the society that he lives in. I'm not sure if he understands exactly what he was doing at that particular time. But later on that night, after we got home and was able to sit down and look at the fires and everything that was going on, he was like, wow.
Wow. Let's take a look at the New York Post, the cover of it.
You're on the cover of the New York Post. You're on the cover of many newspapers are calling you the Mom of the Year.
Yeah, they're saying send in the moms. You've been called Mom of the Year. You've also been called a hero. But at the same time, that's a really emotional scene. And we're going to take a look at the video again. And I'm curious, as a mother, how hard is it for you to watch yourself berating Michael here? Take a look.
You want to be paid? Check up. You want to be out here doing get over here now.
Feeling it's just like I'm in like a R, but I don't see me doing it any different than what I did. I really don't, because all I knew at the end of the day, I had to get to my son. He's my son. You know, and a lot of law enforcement or anybody else could see him as a hooligan, as a thug, but he's my son, and I know I brought him up better than that. We don't come from the best, but he do know right from wrong.
Well, law enforcement, they want to see more mothers like you. As we all know, 16-year-old boys like Michael, they are probably not known for opening up to their mothers. What was that car ride home like? Did he talk to you about it?
At first, he didn't have much to say about it. I think he was a lot embarrassed about it. But at that point, I didn't care about him being embarrassed. I just wanted to get to him. My questions to him were, what is wrong with you? What are you thinking? Do you know what you have done? You know what you're being a part of? And he didn't give me too much answers at that point. But the fact that once we got home, he started showing me Facebook messages from his friends and what they were saying about his mom. And so he started understanding, you know, at the end of the day, he made a little status saying, that's my mom and I know she loves me. So if that's what has to happen, then that's what had to happen.
And Toya, when you send Michael out every day, when he goes to school, and he goes and he hangs out with his friends, how worried are you on a daily basis?
I am so worried that at times I come pick him up from school just to keep him so I know where he's at. Because he'll get out of school at 3 and he won't come home until 6. It doesn't take that long to get home from a bus ride. And I understand that he's a teenager, he needs to be around his peers, but a lot of them are not doing the right things at this point.
And a lot of them don't have moms like you,
right,
that are willing to go out there and show her love for her son. I mean, it's incredible to me because you say that you don't want him to end up as another Freddie Gray, and what's heartbreaking about that is you've got the drugs, you've got the violence, you've got the gangs, and you're also afraid of the police who are supposed to be there to protect you?
Well, I'm not afraid of all of them because there's a lot of good police out there. My daughter, my oldest daughter, actually is an armed guard, and she is Saturday training to become a police officer. So it's not all of them that's bad, you know, but you don't have teenagers going to talk to police officers. You don't have them as peer mediators for the teenagers and stuff like that. All you see is they're being arrested by these police, and so you're looking at a bad bunch, and it's outweighing the good ones.
Well, how about everybody from the president to community leaders in Baltimore? They have been saying over and over again that this violence has distracted from the real issue, Freddie Gray. What is your message to your son Michael and all of his peers, frustrated teenagers that want to express themselves?
You know, right now we have a lot of clergies and priests and everything that's asking for these young guys to come into the church, not to join the church, not to put on a suit and tie. You know, you could come in your T-shirt and jeans. They come and express how they're feeling. Just don't do it with the violence out on the street, because at the end of the day, we have to go to those stores, and you know, your mother is sending you to go get milk and stuff like that, and we can't get it because the stores are being burned down and stuff like that, and that's not the way to do it. We still don't have an answer for why he is dead today, you know, and those stores are still being burned down. You know, we don't have the answers that we want, but if they go out and they start talking to people, we don't have a lot of support in our community. We don't have centers where they could just come and hang out and stuff. So you have a group of kids that get together. Me, I can't afford a $190 pair of tennis shoes. So you have somebody else that can afford that. And they get together and they get the things that they're not used to having at home. And so they stray from the home. So what I try to do, I try to keep Michael home. I still can't provide that stuff for him, but it's better things than materialistic things that he can do with himself. And then he can get a job himself and buy them himself too. So.
That's right. Toya, I think I think you are one of the best people. I think a lot of people in America think that as well, and I think your son will, if he hasn't already, will thank you for that moment because not a lot of kids, even kids that have both parents at home and have more material possessions than you, have a mother who's willing to risk what you risked out there too.
And you really saw the respect in his eyes. You saw fear, but you saw respect when you went and confronted him. So we want to wish you.
A lot of people say, I'm not afraid of the police, I'm afraid of mom. That's how I always tell Meg. She laughs. I always say, my mother, man, when I go home, I still I'm in my 40s, and I still a little bit of fear.
But you talk highly of her.
I do, because my mother, just like you, my mother, was not so concerned about what. If she smacked me a bit, it was because she was afraid of all those things that were out there, and she never knew what I might be up to when I wasn't in the home.
Right.
Before we let you go, how is Michael doing today? How is he dealing with all of this?
Today, well, yesterday, because I was coming here, I really didn't want him to be into the media and all that. So he was home with my father and his oldest sister. I haven't spoke with him today. I didn't allow him to go back to school today, even though they opened up the school, because once again, I'm here and Michael's there. And I just want to make sure when I get back there that I can put my hand on him.
Toya, before I let you, I have one more question for you, just so America understands. Michael is a good kid?
He is a good kid. He's not the perfect kid, but he's mine, and he's my child. So.
Toya, thank you so much for all your time. We really appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you
all right,
very
all the
much.
best.